Hello and welcome back to the Pocketful of Poems project. Today we are working on day 3. On day 1, you should have completed the cover page here with the formatting of all the words and adding the spacing and things so that it looks great. Day 2, we worked on the first poem of this page, which is the What Bugs Me poem. So we did this poem yesterday and learned how to insert the image and then also resize it. And today we're going to work on the second poem here. And this is one we're going to do slightly differently because I'm going to show you how to layer a picture behind the words by using Google Drawings. So what I would like you to do first is, if you haven't already done so, go and open your Pocketful of Poems template. So you may want to pause here, go back to Google Classroom under classwork, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you should see your template for Pocketful of Poems. Open that up and then come back to the video here. Okay, now that you have your version open, you'll be able to kind of work back and forth on this because there are a lot of steps, so I do want you to do a little bit at a time. So the first thing we're going to do is actually finish the poem. So if you notice, in the first poem, we added words in, but it already had the rhyming words. So we know snores rhymed with chores, and broke, we added jokes so that it rhymed together. Okay, now in this one, we're actually missing the whole end of each sentence. So we have to finish the rhyming couplet. So if we look, the first one says, "It bugs me when I wake up late for school and when," and then we have to finish. So we need to finish, and it has to be more than a word. It's going to be some sort of phrase, but the last word has to end with school. So if you think about some words that rhyme with school, you could use cool or pool or full or drool. There's lots of words that you can think of. So whatever word you're using, it has to rhyme with school. So it can be anything you want here as long as the last word rhymes with school. So I might say, "It bugs me when I wake up late for school and when," let's say, I'm going to click and drag to highlight, and then I'm going to tap, "and when my sister pushes me in the pool." So notice that it's not just one word, it's a whole phrase, and then pool and school rhyme. Now we're going to do the second thing in the second line. This time we're looking for a word that rhymes with me. So "it bugs me when my friend is angry with me and when blah, 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 blah," something that rhymes with me. So we can think of words like fee or B or T or C or key. There's any word you want that rhymes. So let's think here. Bugs me when my friend is angry with me and when, how about I get stung by a bee. So now you can see school and pool rhyme and me and bee rhyme. So what I'd like you to do right now is pause here and go to your template and finish your poems. It does not have to be the same as mine. You're writing your own. Just make sure your ending words rhyme with the ones that I point to. So school has to rhyme with this word and me has to rhyme with this word. Okay, pause now and go complete your poem. Okay, now that your poem's done, we're going to move this into a Google drawing, and that's going to allow us to actually layer pictures in, because when we do it within the doc itself, all we have the option to do is this word wrap. What I want to do is show you how to put the picture behind the words, which kind of looks cool sometimes. So the first thing we need to do is highlight the entire poem. So you're going to bring your cursor up to the top and you're going to click in front of the I for it. So you're going to click and drag all the way down and then all the way over to the end of B. So you want the whole poem highlighted. And there's two different things that we can do. So you can cut two different ways. You can go over top of the part that you highlighted and right click. Remember, right clicking is both fingers, two fingers at the same exact time. And that's going to open this menu and you can cut like that. Or what I like to do is use the keyboard shortcuts. And if you look down on your keyboard at the very bottom left-hand side, there's the button that says Control. There's actually one on the left and the right, but we're going to use the one on the left. It says CTRL. If you push and hold down the Control key and then use the X key, okay, X like X-ray. So I'm holding down Control and then I push X at the same time, it cuts it out. So Control X. So what I'd like you to do right now is pause and go to your Pocketful of Poems, highlight it, and try to use Control X to cut it out, and then come back here. Okay, now it looks like it disappeared, but it's really kind of hidden somewhere on a clip, what they call it a clipboard, where they kind of save what you cut out. And now we're going to add it into a Google Drawing. So we're going to do that by coming up here to where it says Insert. We're going to click Insert. We're going to come down to Drawing, and we're going to come over to the plus sign because we're going to make a brand new drawing. And we're going to click New. And what you should see is this window that's opened up, and this is what we're going to be working in now. So I want you to go and pause and go open up your Google Drawing in yours. So it's Insert, Drawing, and the plus sign for New. Okay, go do that now. Okay, if at this point in the video you do not have this window open in your template, you need to rewind and rewatch and do it, because at this point we're doing a lot of stuff in here and you're going to be really lost. So again, if you haven't done it this far, please go and do that now. All right, so what we need to do first is add what we cut out back in. So there's two ways again to do that. You can right click again. Again, that's two fingers at the exact same time and we can paste. Or if you look, see where it says paste is Control plus V, just like cut was Control plus X. So now we're going to push down that same Control key, CTRL. We're going to hold that Control key, and while we're holding it, we're going to hit the V button. V is for Victor. So watch what happens. I hold down Control, and I hit V, and there it is. There's the poem I just cut out. Okay? Pause here and go and paste your poem into your drawing now. Okay, now that our drawing has our words in it, we're going to first format our font. We want to make this look cool. So this works exactly like it works in documents. You might have to double click to get in so that you have the cursor. See, right now I don't have a cursor. If I double click, so that's a click, click, my cursor will show up. And you're going to highlight the words just like we've done before. Remember, pick your font first. So I'm going to pick a font that I like. Let's go with something I haven't used yet. How about, let's do Pacifico. That's kind of fun. Okay, now that I have my font, I need to make my size bigger. Now, before I do that, notice how I'm already coming to the edge of this text box. I'm going to actually grab this text box. Remember we talked about resizing handles, and you only use the corners for pictures? Well, text boxes is where we're going to use the side. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag to make this nice and wide, and that'll give me more space to make this bigger. So again, I have to highlight because it doesn't know that you want to make these words bigger unless you highlight them to tell the computer these are the words I want to make bigger. If you don't see the number up here, don't panic. This three little dots, it means there's more tools. So we're going to click the three dots, and now we can see all the other tools that we use. So I'm going to pick a size that's pretty good. Ooh, 24 looks pretty good. Maybe I'll go, let's see what 30 looks like. Whoa, too big. Now let's try 26, see what that looks like. Okay, I like 26. So I'm going to pick my size, and then I'm going to pick a color that I like. And I'm going to go with a greeny teal. All right, so now I want you to go and do the same for you. Stretch out your text box, highlight, pick a font, a size, and a color. And then once you've done that, come back to the video now. Okay, now we're going to insert a picture. So here's the number one rule when you're inserting a picture. Make sure you don't have anything else selected. So right now, because this blue box is around the text, think of it like highlighting all of these words. So you're saying to the computer, if you put a picture in, you're telling the computer, erase these words and put the picture in. We don't want to do that. We're going to click outside of the box to make sure that box goes away. See how it's gone now? It has to look like this before you insert the picture. Once you've clicked outside the box, you're going to go Image. We're going to go to Search because we're going to search the net. And now we are going to look for anything that fits for your poem. So for me, I talked about getting stung by a bee. So I'm going to look for a bee, and I want it to be cartoony. So I'm going to search clip art. If you want a real picture, that's fine. I want a clip art picture. So I'm going to search bee clip art, and I'm going to find a bee I like. I like this guy. He looks kind of happy. So I'm going to click on him and select. and it's going to jump into my drawing. There it is. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. Go and find a picture you like. Remember, click off your words first, then find your picture to insert. Once you're done, come back here. All right, so now comes the tricky part. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move my picture over top of my words. And notice, it is totally covering my words right now. Clearly, I can't read what's there. So we are going to change the order. If you think of the words and the pictures like two separate stickers, it's as if the sticker of the words is on the bottom and then the sticker of the B is on top. We can change the order of that. We can move the B behind the words, and that's just changing the order of things, the layers. So you do that by taking your mouse and you're right-clicking. There's that right click again. 2 fingers at the exact same time. So it's like your your pointer finger and your middle finger clicking down at the same exact time over top of the B. So I click, that hidden menu comes up, and then here's that option for order. So when we have our option here, we want to send it to the back. I want it all the way back. Backwards sends it 1 layer. So let's say you have like 3 pictures. So it would send it back behind the one picture. If you want to send it all the way to the bottom, you send to the back. So I'm just going to send it to the back. And now the words are over top of my B. So I don't love this because it makes it kind of hard to read. So what I'm going to actually do is use my arrow keys. And this is something that you're going to find when the picture goes behind. If you try to click on the picture, you can't grab it. It's going to grab the words instead. So on your keyboard, there are up, down, left, right arrow keys in the bottom right-hand corner. You can actually move the picture by clicking on those keys. So I'm going to move the picture a little bit to the side like this. I'm going to shrink it. Remember, using only a corner. And then I'm going to arrow key down a little bit more. And then here's a fun little thing. See the circle up here? This is a rotation. So this is how you can spin your picture. So I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to spin him a little bit. And then he's on a little bit of an angle. And then I can kind of walk him down. So the words are going over top of him a little bit, but he's still mostly free. So you can see this is what the picture looks like. So I'd like you to go and try this now. Take your picture, move it towards your words. Remember, right-click, 2 fingers at the same time. Oh, I got to grab my B first. See, now I got my text box in the way. So that, if that's the case, you just move your text box up. Then I got my B. Right-click, order, send to back. Okay, go ahead and try that now and then come back here. All right, once you have your picture in place, I want to be able to see that the words go over top of your picture at some point. Just make sure it's easy enough to still read. It's really important. Remember, it's a poem, so you want to be able to read the poem. So you want to put it in a position that's easy to read, but I can still see that you layered it in some way. Once you have it in a position that you're happy with and you like the way that it looks, you're then going to hit the Save and Close button right up here, this blue button. Okay, Save and Close. And now what that's going to do, it's going to insert it exactly where that poem was. So you can see, here's that poem. And if I zoom all the way out, you can see the poem that we wrote here and the picture that I added. And this now is actually one giant picture because we did it in a Google drawing. So you can't change the text here. If you need to go in and change the text, you actually have to hit edit. And it opens it up in drawing, and this is where you can adjust the text and stuff. So it's slightly different, so it makes it like a picture. Okay, if this moved this page down, that's no big deal. So if you have this weird empty page here, that's easy to fix. Just click wherever your cursor shows up on this page and hit backspace, and it'll just pop right back up. Okay, so that's how you fix that. All right, so once you've completed this today, that's all you have to do for the Pocketful of Poems. If you still have time in this period, you can spend some time typing. Remember, 6 to 10 minutes a day on typing is a good amount to aim for. And tomorrow we'll move on and we'll start working with our picture poem, which is going to be very similar to what we did today. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Send me a comment in Classroom or an email, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Good luck.